Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very blessed morning to all. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Today we gather for a moment of profound significance. A moment that marks not merely the conclusion of a year, but the culmination of a journey of discipline, intellect, conviction, and the steadfast pursuit of excellence. To our distinguished guests, yang berhormat Datuk Sri Muhammad Khalid bin Nordin, Minister of Defence, yang berbahagia General Tan Sri Haji Muhammad Nizam bin Haji Jaafar, Chief of Defence, yang berbahagia General Tan Sri Datuk Sri Muhammad Hafizuddin bin Jantan, Chief of Army, yang berbahagia Admiral Tan Sri Dr. Zulhelmi bin Ifnain, Chief of Navy, yang berbahagia General Datuk Sri Haji Muhammad Nur Azlan bin Aris RMAF, Chief of Air Force, members of the Board of Governors, senior government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed academics, faculty members, and beloved families. Your presence graces this ceremony with dignity and purpose. And to the graduating class of 2025, this morning belongs to you. As I stand before this distinguished gathering, I am struck by the remarkable arc of transformation each of you has undergone. When you first stepped into Puspahanas, you entered with a mix of determination and uncertainty, with hopes untested, questions yet unanswered, and aspirations waiting for the right environment to take shape. What unfolded over the past 12 months was more than an academic exercise. It was a deliberate cultivation of the mind, a disciplined refinement of character, and a deepening of the moral foundations that define service in its most honorable form. You arrive as officers, you depart as thinkers, as strategists, as guardians of national interest. This transformation is neither accidental nor superficial. It is the result of countless hours of study, dialogue, reflection, and intellectual confrontation. You have stretched your capabilities and capacities, challenged your assumptions, and embraced the higher calling of leadership, grounded in wisdom. In doing so, you have embodied the true purpose of professional military education, to elevate not only what an officer knows, but who an officer becomes. We now inhabit a world where the boundaries of conflict become fluid and uncertain. Modern threats emerge not only from foreign adversaries, but from the intangible forces that shape narratives, influence societies, and disrupt national systems. Military professionals must therefore respond not only with equipment of force, but with clarity of thought, ethical judgment, and strategic foresight. In this evolving landscape, strategic leadership is not merely useful. It is indispensable to national defense. Your calling now demands that you remain, first, intellectually courageous, willing to interrogate established assumptions. Second, ethically grounded, upholding principles when the easy path leads elsewhere. Third, strategically creative, able to navigate complexity with composure. And fourth, operationally decisive, ready to act with conviction when lives and stability depend on it. You do not inherit positions. You inherit responsibility. A responsibility that extends far beyond organizational structures or command hierarchies. It is the responsibility to preserve peace, uphold honor, and defend sovereignty in an age where the consequences of leadership echo far beyond the moment of recognition. Distinguished guests, graduates, and members of this assembly. To the Ministry of Defense, our partner universities, and regional defense institutions, your unwavering commitment forms the intellectual infrastructure of this institution. Your trust strengthens our national capacity, while your collaboration enhances the quality of thought that emerges from this academic environment. Puspahanas stands today not merely as an institution, but as a vital pillar within Malaysia's strategic knowledge ecosystem. And this strength is the result of your partnership. To our faculty, supervisors, examiners, and academic partners, your contributions reach far beyond instruction. You have challenged minds, nurtured curiosity, and instilled the habits of intellectual discipline. You created a climate where ideas can be tested, perspectives broaden, and officers learn to carry their responsibilities with clarity and confidence. Your commitment to the integrity of scholarship stands behind every accomplishment celebrated today. And to the families and loved ones of our graduates, your sacrifices, often unseen and unspoken, are woven into this moment. The late nights, the distance, the patience, the prayers, and the quiet encouragement, all of these form the emotional foundation that enable these officers to persevere. Your support is part of this achievement. And today, we honor your contribution with the deepest respect. For that, may I request all the course participants, all the graduates to stand up and rise and give your family and spouses a big round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. Graduates, as you prepare to assume greater responsibilities, you must remember that leadership is ultimately a test of character. It is not measured by the authority you are given, but by how you choose to exercise it. It is not defined by the symbols you wear, but by the values you embody when no one is watching. Leadership, at its most authentic level, rests on three immutable pillars. First, integrity. The steadfast adherence to truth, even when silence seems easier or more convenient. Second, courage. The resolve to act when hesitation appears safer, and the willingness to make difficult choices when others look to you for direction. Wisdom, the capacity to balance urgency with prudence, ambition with responsibility, and immediate demands with long-term consequences. These virtues cannot be awarded or inherited. They must be nurtured through ongoing reflection, continuous learning, and the humility to recognize that leadership is a lifelong discipline. Graduates of the class of 2025, throughout your time here, Puspahanas entrusted you with a sacred amanah, a trust that extends into every dimension of your profession. This is not a symbolic concept. It is a moral covenant formed between you, your institution, and your nation. This amanah calls you to think critically, not to accept conclusions without scrutiny. It calls you to question responsibly, not to challenge for the sake of argument, but to seek clarity and truth. And above all, it calls you to serve honorably, not for recognition or reward, but because honor is the foundation upon which military service stands. As you move into roles with broader authority and deeper influence, this amanah must continue to guide your judgment, temper your decisions, and anchor your conscience. It is the moral compass that safeguards leaders from the ease of expediency or the shadow of complacency. Respected audience, the Indo-Pacific region is entering an era marked by rapid transformation and unprecedented complexity. Hybrid threats challenge traditional notions of conflict. Gray zone activities blur the boundaries between peace and hostility. Disinformation undermines trust. Cyber vulnerabilities put national systems at risk. And technological advancements reshape alliances, strategies, and the instruments of power. In such a dynamic environment, clarity becomes strength, and wisdom becomes a strategic necessity. When information travels faster than policy, and uncertainty spreads faster than truth, the only safeguard is leadership community equipped with intellectual discipline, strategic awareness, and an unwavering commitment to responsible judgment. Your time at Puspahanas has prepared you for this. It has trained you to recognize patterns where others see confusion, to anticipate shifts where others see stability, and to appreciate complexity where others see simplicity. This ability to interpret the subtle forces shaping the strategic landscape will be one of your greatest assets as you move forward. Members of the graduation assembly, before I bring this address to its close, allow me to offer a reflection grounded in the principles that anchor our nation. Leadership is leadership in the profession of arms. Demands more than competence. It demands constancy of character. The nation's security is safeguarded not only by its capabilities, but by the integrity, discipline, and strategic clarity of those entrusted to lead its defense institution. For those who bear this responsibility, amanah is not an abstract virtue. It is a national mandate. It requires leaders to uphold the truth even under pressure, who act within discernment in times of ambiguity, and who protect the trust of the nation with an unwavering sense of duty. When officers remain faithful to this trust, they reinforce deterrence, strengthen institutional credibility, and ensure that Malaysia's defense posture rests on a foundation of honor, accountability, and principled judgment. And for the Muslim among us, we turn to the eternal guidance of the Holy Quran, Surah Al-Anfal, verse 27. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Ya ayyuhalladzina amanu la takhunullah wa rasul wa takhunu amanatikum wa antum ta'lamun. O you who believe, do not betray the trust of Allah and His Messenger. nor betray the trust placed upon you while you. May this verse illuminate your path, strengthen your resolve in moments of uncertainty, and preserve the integrity with which you shoulder your responsibilities. Graduates of Puspahanas class of 2025, the nation looks to you not only for strength in defense, but for depth of judgment, humility of character, and steadfast commitment to the ideals of service. Carry yourself with dignity, lead with discernment, serve with honor, and let your contribution resonate far beyond your years, shaping the future of our armed forces and strengthening the sovereignty of our nation. Congratulations, graduates, and may your service be a living testament to the enduring excellence of Puspahanas today and always. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.